Hello, hello. I hope you're all well. The camera will get on shortly. I actually worked late. I just walked downstairs from working. I literally was working until the last minute and just like ran down here and started hooking things up and wanted to get on by the time it was supposed to start. So I'm shifting things around so that I can get started. Rosie, would you like to come on? And that way, when I'm at my sewing machine, you can scream about what people are saying. You want to come hang out on here, entertain people when I'm quiet, stuff like that. Don't you laugh at me like that. I'm serious. Just for a little while, huh? I'll send it to you over in that place. And then I can figure out what happens when someone tries to come on here. What do I see? Because I've never invited anyone to the stream before, so I don't know what happens. Don't know what it looks like, because I'm learning this crap. I mean, stuff. Yeah, that's it. Is it supposed to ding me somewhere? It says, hey, Rosie's here. Because I absolutely do not know how this works. I don't know what happens when you're knocking on my door, so to speak. Shifting a few things around because when it got late yesterday, I started working on keychain. Because with these hats, I'm going to send a couple of keychains. Because it's a couple. And so I'm going to send them literally 2 keychains, one for each of them. Oh, that's what it does.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, because I have to close out on my side on the phone. When I'm on the phone, I have to close out my YouTube window after I press the StreamYard link, or I'll have a screaming echo.
Yeah, and what I do on the computer is I mute the site.
Right. So
I mute YouTube, but keep StreamYard up. That way I have the sound through StreamYard.
Yeah.
And I'm not echoing it myself.
Right.
Because we know how people love the echoes.
Oh, yeah. And I would have brought you up on my tablet, but we all know how loud that was the last time.
Oh, I'm just not special enough for the loud tablet.
Oh, shut up. Plus, they wanted to close that anyway because I got to set up that laptop my mom just bought me.
You got it already?
It's pony.
You got it in hand?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I can show you, but I'm not showing my face because I'm all about the being sick thing again right now.
Yeah, if you want to show your computer, please do.
See?
I'm a computer nerd, so. Oh, let me make it big so I can actually see it.
It's a gateway.
It's new. Hold on a minute. This is new. I got to try to figure out how to make you big. How do I make you big?
You press down at you see my screen at the like green room area?
Solo layout? Is that it?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. Oh, it's a gateway.
Yes.
Man,
Josh.
I'll tell you what, my ex gateway, he would not buy, not even look at another computer.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's all gateway.
Yeah, well, it's pretty badass. So it's got lots of memory and lots of speed on it.
Well, that's the
It's
point.
exactly what I need now that I'm a crazy YouTuber. When I
Yeah,
got my
'cause
when I got my other, huh?
you need one bigger than you think you need.
When I got my HP over there, my big clunky one in 2018, I mean, I was just a baby. And so I say a baby, I had prospects of being a YouTuber. But I think it's funny because everybody around me has gone through multiple laptops since then, and I'm talking about in my real life.
Yeah.
Since then, and I haven't dropped it or messed it up or given it any STDs. Mine is perfectly fine. It's just not fast enough.
Yeah, I mean that happens over time because that's what happened with my grandson. You know,
Right.
we got him computers, and the thing was is the computers we got them, they weren't good enough for doing much, but they were good enough for doing online schooling.
Right. They're good to an extent, you know.
And it was perfect for what we got it for. They were cheap. We did not
Yeah.
look, we weren't getting, top of the line anything. It was school. Can it log into the school website? Does it have enough memory and hard drive capacity to allow children to do schoolwork?
Yeah.
That was the whole
And
purpose of it.
yeah, it'll allow you to do the chicken dance, but don't ask it to polka.
Exactly.
And
And
that's what
then,
mine was. It was dinking around, and then I discovered buying and selling on YouTube, and I went, oh,
well, see, then my grandson started gaming,
yes,
and
yes.
his laptop was lagging so bad. So he said, "Can I cut the grass to earn money?
Oh, oh. Is this
Not
our
give
chef
me a new, not
grandson?
new." He didn't do the give me a new computer. And
Okay.
yeah, it's the one with autism. It's Topher.
Yep.
He did the can I do this and make money? I said, yes. And he goes, I don't want you to pay me my money. I want you to hold my money.
That a boy.
And I
And
held
he
his money.
didn't even tell you why.
When Christmas time rolled around, I don't buy them gifts anymore. I give them money for Christmas. Buy what you want to buy.
Yep.
He asked me how much money I was giving him for Christmas and how much money did he earn already to see how much he could spend on a new computer.
Yeah. I'm
And that's
trying
what
to
he did.
figure out all the little specifics about the the speeds and I
What does
know
it
that
tell you?
there's a more um um what is it, storage on this laptop than I could ever think about using.
Yeah, how much is your knowledge of computers?
Well, I mean, catch me, you know, 15 years ago and I would have been the shit, but
Hi, Kimberly
nowadays,
Mills.
huh?
So I said, hi, Kimberly Mills.
Oh, I
So
can't read it while I'm sideways like this, so
yeah, you got your RAM, that's your memory, that's the run it now memory. And then
right.
you have your hard drive capacity, which is your storage space. There's a lot of people that get those mixed up and they think it's all together. And it's like, no, it's two separate things.
Yeah, give me a second. I want to show you something. Oh, I almost died.
Kimberly, I hope you're doing well. Staying out of trouble. Not running over anyone on the road.
Why would I do that? I'm gonna beat her.
Who you beating now?
I love my Danny cast so much. Danny's the one whose son just got hurt in the fire.
Yes.
I love her to death. I've known her a few years now, and but whenever I buy clothes or anything off of her, it always comes in with her. It's not bad, by the way. It's nice, but scent on it, and I'm always like forgetting to, grab it without my hands because I have to wash it first.
Yeah, I understand that because I'm sensitive to sulfates.
Okay.
And so a lot of laundry detergent has sulfates in it.
See, I use all free and clear. That's all I can use.
Exactly.
Everything is free and clear.
That's what I use, the one that has no perfumes, no dyes.
And that goes with Dove. That's sensitive and no fragrance. That goes with, candles, no fragrance unless it's a fruit or something. And maybe bacon smelling. I'm kidding. It's just I do that with everything. So yeah. Again, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what my mom was reading off to me last night about the cool things, and it has nothing to do with this right here, because this is that's the price tag.
I got a new head.
That's the receipt. What? Whoa, sexy.
It's a specific size dummy head, and this one.
Oh my god! You know what you should do?
I use these when I'm making hats.
You gotta put googly eyes on it. Should I send you 2 of my prosthetics?
Rosie, I have like 4 or 5 of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have different ones I use. But they're heads to put, like, let's see if I can get that in the camera so that I can the head's a little bit big for this hat. The person that needs this hat has a small head.
Yeah.
So, but the one I'm making right now, this head will fit.
If you add this prosthetic, then you have enough. I have enough for 2 heads.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 heads. Oh, do I have 5? Yeah, I have at least 4 heads. And then the ones Robbie gave me, they're half heads. They're like cut off like here.
All right. So
this is perfect for what I'm doing. I need to write on this one now.
It's a green green tab or laptop, and it's 8 gig.
8 gig of RAM.
I don't know what the dash 256 GB, gig is. I don't know. These words don't mean anything to me.
You'll have to take a picture of it and send it to me.
And it's ultra slim. And it's a 14.1 inch. I'm not used to it being so small.
Yeah, I use big computers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Kimberly hasn't been here Kimberly, did you watch the other videos when I made this hat? Did it? I put the rainbow rivets there. Finished her off. I like it a lot. I have to set up. I have a table set up. I need to put a backdrop on it and take some pictures.
Yeah.
So that I can get that one off into the mail.
And yeah, it doesn't say anything inside of it as to all that extra stuff, but yeah. I like it. You know why? Because I can read the keyboard. Hi, Noah. What's
I
up?
know.
What? I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Noah, come on in. Nope.
And I realized last time I did this, I made all my piping when I was offline, and
Yep.
so nobody saw me do that. So I thought I would show how I did that. So I buy this. This is paracord. It's just a small paracord.
What,
So
Noah?
much more narrow knit paracord.
What's the matter?
And I
Whoa.
use a rainbow paracord because everybody needs a little rainbow in their life.
So is 8 gigs good? What? Noah, is 8 gigs good? Wait, what
Are you asking Noah that question?
Computer. Oh, 8 gigs? That's the most storage space? Yeah. That's more
right.
than my laptop. Well, I wasn't asking if it was more than yours. Donks. No, my laptop is 256 gigs.
That's storage capacity.
8 gigs to 256 gigs.
The 8 gig is the memory.
Okay.
And 256 is the hard drive. That's where you store the files, save documents and stuff. The 8 gig is what you use when you're running programs, and then when you log off, it goes away.
Okay. So is that any good for what I do?
It should be.
All right.
I think I use 16, but I do some heavy processing on my computer.
Well, that's a little bit different. You have a bigger business than I do.
I write code for a living.
That's a little different too. I mean, that's like going.
It is also what I use for watching. That I don't go and watch the television. I watch everything on here. So yeah, I use my computer a lot.
Me too.
Here's my glue I watered down yesterday. But the way I make the piping, I'm going to try to do this because I was already late getting on here. I was supposed to start the stream at 6 originally, but I had to take off work a little bit today to go deliver the Tahoe to the shop. And I had a delivery at work that I had to get done. So I wound up having to work a little bit later.
Yeah.
To make the timeline. And we did. We got everything done. So, yeah. So I put a little glue down. And there's no rhyme or reason of how much glue. Enough to hold it still.
Is it stupid that you're giving me like visual ASMR? If you get what I'm saying with that.
You like watching it, huh?
Just the glue being, put on and the process of that and putting things together. And I just love watching arts and crafts.
People like watching it. And the reason why I use the glue is because then I'll fold this over.
Yeah.
And I push the cord to the center line. And it doesn't have to be the exact center because the edge, after I sew it in, this edge will be cut off anyway. I make it where I have a lot of seam allowance here to work with though. But I just push that cord because when I stitch it, I'll stitch it right up against it. And then this piping is what's going to show.
Yeah.
And I use paracord because it's sturdy.
What? I just figured something out.
What did you
My
find?
new laptop has a fingerprint scanner.
Oh, you know what? You can lock your computer and nobody can get in it without your fingerprint.
Well, that means they're gonna freaking chop off my finger.
Only if you refuse to open it for them.
And thank God it has a headphone port.
But that
God.
means that you can leave stuff on your computer and lock it, and you don't have to worry about a
Right.
visitor or a child seeing something they shouldn't be seeing.
I mean,
You know,
I have that on my cell phone, but I don't have it on my new tablet or my old laptop. Now I'm gonna have it on here.
I had one that had it, and then the next one I got didn't have it. My newest one actually has facial recognition.
Oh well, look at us. We're all like,
So you leave the
I
camera
don't
on and
know.
you just look at the camera.
Yeah.
When you start the computer up, you look at the camera and it starts up your computer, and then you block the camera so you can't see your face anymore.
Wow.
Because I
I
don't
have
want
so
my
many
computer.
USB ports.
I never have enough USB ports. Trying to make computers smaller and all, they minimize how many USB ports are on there.
Yeah.
And to cut back where they can, have more space for other stuff. And it drives me nuts because it's like, give me my USB ports.
I know. So that's like something I would go ahead and go online and get one of the adapters for. Because they have adapters that you can put into the USB port now that offer you more ports. Yeah, I don't know if I'm talking to somebody or you know
I know
what I'm talking
exactly what you're
about.
talking about. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I have one for my newest laptop, the one that's upstairs, because I
Yeah.
actually have 2 extra screens attached to that one.
So I figured I'd ask before I continued to school you.
Well, that's okay, because someone else might watch this video later and know absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute, I can get more USB ports?
Yeah.
I'm going to the store.
So, they sell them online. They make fancy ones, and you can plug it in, and it looks like they can make them as thick as you want, as thin as you want. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Do you have a USB-C port?
Yes.
Because they actually make some that the USB-C port is more powerful.
Yep.
So if you need one for that computer, I would recommend getting one for the USB-C port instead of a regular USB port.
I have one for my mother pointed it out last night, which at 7 I'm gonna have to go and call her because you know what time it is. It's date time every night, 7 o'clock.
You know
And that's
what? Your
one
mama
date
buys
I
you a
don't leave
computer.
huh?
Your mama bought you a computer. Honey, you call her every day at 7 o'clock.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
only that, your mother's alive and you can call her and you get along.
Yes.
Call her every day.
Exactly. Just like promising my virginity until I got married, I held up that end. I promised her one day that I was gonna call her every freaking day. And so it's just happened at 7 o'clock every day that I call her. So
Yeah,
oh,
I added that last part in there because there's people whose mother is alive, but their mother is toxic. So I would not
exactly.
recommend them calling their mother every day.
Oh shit.
You know how it is. I don't recommend someone calling a parent that's not good for them.
Yeah, no.
You understand that.
Yeah. By the way, whatever. Have you had the chance to watch Olaf's newest video tonight?
No. No, I've been working. I worked until I walked down and turned on the computer down here.
Oh my gosh.
I worked, I
Yeah.
got finished work, walked down here, hooked my camera up and everything, and turned it on.
Excuse me.
Hi, Shonda. I
Hi,
think I put
Shonda. I can't see you, but hold on. Let
Shonda.
me get in the chat comments. Hello, Shonda. Hello, everybody else that I passed along the way.
And see, that's how I make my own piping.
I think that's so cool.
And then when I'll just use this for an example. I can put it in and put two pieces together, and then when I stitch it, that piping's going to show. Because that was one of the things I messed up on yesterday. I forgot that I had to put the piping in. Glad I didn't get back on the sewing machine, because I would have cried like a baby.
Yeah.
I would have forgotten to do what I needed to do. I did this piece just exclusively so I could show how it's done. In case someone's watching this later and going, oh, that was cool piping. I wished I knew how to do that.
Yeah.
Because knowledge is power, and I share my knowledge.
Swear to God, thought I heard you say knowledge is coward.
Power.
Yeah, I guess still got some butter ears from being a little sick, but you got cute shears up there. I like them. The
Oh,
purple is crazy.
they're Fiskars.
Fisters.
Fisker.
Fiskars.
F-I-S.
Okay. Yeah, I thought of that right after I said fist, and I'm like, no.
And
No.
Fisker is actually the same company, and they make knives too.
Yeah, I got some Fiskars, but you'd think
they're
I would have thought of that before I spoke. No.
The name of the company fell out of my head now. Gerber.
Mm.
Gerber makes knives. They make good knives, at a good price too. I mean, they're not like they're not the highest end, but for the price, they're really good. They're really good knives. Fiskars and Gerber are actually sister companies.
And the zebra ones that I use that I've had forever are the same set. I mean, I got them as shears out of the sewing section or the crafting area, but they're the best pair of scissors I've ever had in my life. I've never had to sharpen them once. So.
Put the short one over here because that's for something else. But I made these up last night.
Okay.
Because I didn't think anyone wanted to watch me do all this. So this is what I was doing when Lisa was online.
Yeah.
Lisa and Kendra. And now, because they went on last night, my days are all messed up. My days are so messed up because they went on last night. So when I screw up and take a day off and don't work on Friday, because I think it's a Saturday, it's their fault. I don't know that work would care, but it's their fault anyway.
Yeah. I think David's picking up what me and the kids are dropping down as far as the flu goes.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm surprised it took him this long.
Because, men are the worst when they get sick.
Oh, my goodness. I thought I was a little bitch this week.
Jeff's not so bad because when Jeff gets sick, he just lays down.
Let me get me one too.
Is that David?
Yes, that's my new one.
Is that David?
Huh?
Was that David?
No, that was Taylor.
See, I can't hear. I just hear there's someone back there talking, and you just talked about David, so it would be just like him.
My second personality.
Yeah. I heard you had 10.
But yeah, God love him. Sometimes he gets a little over emotional, and I thought I was a little whiner this week, and I can be incredibly whiny, as we all know. Thank you. You're welcome. But I mean, that was for good reason. My left knee, the gout just took over, and the coughing this week. I pulled that right side ab. Oh my gosh, it's the worst when you're sleeping and it wakes you up and you gotta poo. I'm like, oh my God. So you don't get sleep all night and then you wake up in the morning, or you get up in the morning and then you sleep half the day away because then you got all your medicine on you.
Now I got to do some creative stuff here.
And then, like the cold medicine and stuff. So, and then, just so many things. And it's making my voice sound like I'm a man, even worse than it usually does.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Whew.
Actually, if I cut,
But again, God freaking love him. He's down at the laundromat right now.
uh, doing the laundry.
Well, mainly doing his uniform for work, but he's
That matters.
washing my sweatshirts.
Yeah, but that means that you're not doing them.
Exactly.
So, got to hand it to him. Yes.
Here's your sign. Thank you for your. Thank you for my potato.
I wish I had a ruler that was a 1/2 inch wide. That's what I need.
Oh, kind of. Hold. Oh.
I need one that's a 1/2 inch wide so I could set it right up against this and use it to cut. That would be the ideal. I'm going to have to go find me one now.
Would something like that work?
I cannot see you. Hold on. I'm going to throw you big.
Because on one side it's that, and on the other side it measures some other way. But I have
No, it's let me throw this back to where I had.
This is for sewing. I got that
This
for
wide. It's this wide that's the problem.
Oh, yes. Well,
Lengthwise, it's not, because I mean
definitely
this is a metallic ruler. But if this was only a 1/2 inch wide, I could lay it right up against my piping, and then I could cut.
I think I have.
Down to a 1/2 inch. And
Honestly, I think I have one like that, and it's white, and it folds in on itself, like not on top of itself, but like side to side to side. And it's one of those weird old-fashioned ones, but
I know exactly what you're talking about. Hold your britches.
kind of like one of those things when you're taking a video and you go snap with the whatever the directors use.
I used to play with those all the time.
Yay.
They're used in construction.
Oh. All
My uncle uses them in his when he's doing carpentry work.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I was just trying to see. I'm walking around here trying to find one. I thought I had a small one.
And with all the stuff you do, you don't have any flat pieces of wood like that?
No, but I will. I'm going to go buy me one.
What about, I'm just going to say it, cooking utensils? This is me trying to be right about everything. Owie.
No, I'll have to make do today unless Amazon can send it to me tonight. I mean, for tomorrow.
You're just like I am. I'm like, shh, I'll have to make do with this tonight.
I just grabbed me some. I buy the cheap brushes.
Yeah.
And I use them in my cleaning leather crafting all the time.
And I buy the cheapies as well for house cleaning, my house, cleaning my house stuff, and
we have one in the kitchen. We have one in the kitchen because we have a garbage disposal.
Sure.
And I tell the kids to take this and stick it down there because no one wants to stick their hand in the garbage disposal.
No.
They've seen too many of those ghost movies where it turns itself on and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so and I don't blame them. I don't stick my hand in the garbage disposal unless if something's in it. Yeah, that baby's getting unplugged. And then I'm still going to be cautious.
Yeah.
Now I have to
No,
pop over.
I was always I'll get the salad spoons and the plastic ones and stick it down there if something gets caught up, or I'll get something plastic or unplug it and get it because I hate putting my shit down there. And what's funny is I have a 100% success rate with if a utensil falls down there, I'm not sticking my hand down. I put a bunch of ice down there and the utensil pops right back up.
Hi, Britta. Hi, Tammy.
Don't ask how I do it, but that's how I do it. Don't ask how it's successful, but that's how I do it. Yeah. I have
Everyone
a
watching.
100% successful rate, but I don't have a dishwasher anymore, so
If everyone wants to be nice, they can smash that thumbs up.
smash it, all right. Smash it, all right.
Yeah.
All right. If I'm ever gonna get back, gotta go call the mom.
Okay.
All right.
I'll let you back in if you want. They
I'll see you
have a
guys.
ruler that's a half-inch wide, so they say.
Huh?
I got to check this. It says this ruler is a half-inch wide.
The metal one you just grabbed?
No, a different one. This one is not a half-inch wide.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it didn't really look like it.
No,
You
mine
don't,
is an inch wide.
uh-huh. All right, my loves. I'll be right back.
Okay. And the reason why I'm looking for a half-inch ruler is because my seam allowance on this hat I'm making is a half-inch, and I need to put the piping in. And I need it to be a half-inch from right here is the seam allowance. So if I cut this exactly the way at exactly a half-inch wide, then I could line it up when I go to put it in, and when I stitch it, it will stitch it right here at this edge and make my piping look so pretty. And I have no clue how I did it last time, because this is basically what I'm trying to accomplish. And actually, this piping looks bigger than this one. This is going to be a smaller piping, I think, which is nice because I like it better. I think I lined it up to one piece and stuff. So I'm actually looking. I never thought to use old makeup brushes as paintbrushes. Yeah, I've heard that too. And my grandson Topher is coming down here, and he's, I think, socializing with himself or something. I guess he wanted to have his voice on stream again.
Hello, everyone. Oh, I heard you talking, so I thought you were talking to Ollie, but apparently not.
No. Ollie, last time I saw Oliver, he was upstairs.
Right. See that in the sitting room.
He's hiding from you.
You know, dog sleeping in.
So ideal would be to be able to buy a metal ruler that's a half-inch wide, because it's less likely for my blades to slip. How long is this one? It's a 12-inch ruler. Oh,
What's up?
I love my old vape. I've been using it for quite some time. Tammy just said that she has the same vape.
Oh.
I didn't realize it was sitting over here in the way.
You picked it up right as I came out, and I thought you need batteries, so I stopped.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I'm good, man. Thank you.
Yep.
I don't know that I want to pay that much. The metal ruler is $16. And I don't know that I want to pay $16 for a ruler. To me, that's a lot for one single ruler. I mean, it's a 12-inch ruler. It's only 12 inches long, so you got a ruler that's 12 inches long, but it's only a half-inch wide. I guess that's what makes it so special, because it's a half-inch wide. I will get the It's not like I don't use a lot of quilters rulers in my crafting anyway. I'll just get the crafter's ruler, because it's like a lot cheaper. And I'm not seeing any other half-inch wide rulers. Sorry, you guys get to see me Amazon shopping. Well, you're not seeing anything, but watching, sitting here talking to me while I'm socializing. That one is 0.62 inches. That is not a half-inch.
Meatloaf's in the oven. I know.
I'm having meatloaf tonight. My husband's making meatloaf, and he makes some awesome meatloaf. I wasn't talking to you, Tom.
I can eat the whole thing by myself.
My daughter, as a rule, does not. She'll tell people, I don't eat meatloaf. But when he cooks it, she will eat it. Holy cow. I better settle with the quilter one. That one's $23. For a 12-inch ruler, that's a half-inch wide. Hi, Phil. I actually will use it all the time. I'm just trying to find my best option. I would prefer metal, but I'm not paying $16 for a 12-inch ruler. I'm just not. Not when I can get a plastic one. The quilter's ruler, which is, I have one sitting around here somewhere. Well, I had one. Oh, it's sitting on the other cutting table, sitting on my big cutting table. But if you've been in the sewing section before, the quilter's ruler, they're not a standard plastic ruler. They're thicker. But they have one of those that I could get, which is just fine. That would probably work better anyway, because I can see through it. The only thing that's really important to me is it being a half-inch wide this way instead of an inch like this one is. And yeah, those are the only two I'm seeing. And I won't order one from Walmart to be delivered tomorrow, because I have to spend $35 in order to, strangely enough, I have to spend $35 to have Walmart deliver to me tomorrow and not charge me an arm and a leg. Yeah, I can get a 6-inch and a 12-inch. I can get a 6-inch, 6 inches long, 6 inches long by a 1/2 inch wide, and a 12-inch long by a 1/2 inch wide for less than the metal one that's 12 by 6, 12 inches long by a 1/2 inch wide. So I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the long one and the short one. That'll give me more options. And it'll be here tomorrow. And that's with tax. Buy it now. Scroll it down. There it is. Place your order. So I'll have those tomorrow. So I'm actually going to not work on the hat today. And instead work on the keychains I'm going to be making. Because I'm making the couple that I'm making the hats for. I'm making them keychains. He wears black and red all the time. So I'm making one of them that's going to be black and red. I mean, black and white, black and blue, excuse me, black and blue, this blue color. He wears black with the blue. She wears white with blue a lot. And so I'm working on a keychain. Oh, stick in the head. It'll be similar to this one. I need to switch screens. Yeah, it'll be similar to this keychain, except I'm going to make this strip black. I think that's the one. Yeah. So it'll be blue on the outside and it'll be thicker here. It'll be blue on the outside and his will have a black strip down the middle and hers will have a white strip down the middle. And they'll have matching keychains. And then his will be stitched. I think I might stitch his in. I'm going to stitch both of them in blue because I have this blue, which is very close. I think I'm going to stitch both of them in that blue just to give it a little pop. Yeah. Because that's what I do. But I cut these little pieces. This will go under here. It gives it a 3D effect. This will get sewn on here first once I cut that out. And then this will get sewn over it and it'll stretch over it and it'll make it poke up in the middle here and then this one gets sewn and you have to buckle it like that. Well, actually I'm doing it upside down, but you have to buckle it to stitch both sides on. And that's what gives you that key ring part when it gets folded. Reminds me I need to go ahead and stick this little ring on there so I don't forget, because I started sewing the other one and I totally forgot to put that on there. And Rosie will maybe come back on with me. I'm not sure. That'll be up to her. She's doing her mama call right now. That's what I was telling her. As long as her mama's walking the earth and she has a good relationship with her mama, she should call her mama all the time. Nothing wrong with that. I would. I need to turn my heater on. It's chilly in here. Temperature's starting to drop again. It was warmer earlier today when I went to drop off the Tahoe. The Tahoe is officially in the shop to get his little body fixed. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've got my mom's birthday coming up in March. Well, it's like my mom used to send me king cake every year for my birthday. And the year my mom passed, the year after my mom passed, people were talking about king cake. And I said, I'm just going to miss king cake this year. And a friend of mine, she was actually living in Louisiana, and she asked me why. And I told her that, my mom always bought my birthday king cake. And so she asked me for my address, and she said, well, I'll buy your birthday king cake this year. And she's bought it every year since. So she has bought me a king cake since 2017. Every February, I get a king cake. And she and I could not talk for months on end. And before time, she goes, is this a good date for your cake to be delivered? Will you be home? This stuff is kind of thick, so. And this is what I do when I'm making someone something, is I use leftover leather to make a little something, something. And then after I get these 2 hats finished and shipped off, I will be back working on my shoe purse, which is an interesting piece to work with. And yeah, I feel like clarified with Rosie, as long as you get along with your mom. I know some parents are toxic. So I would never tell someone they should talk to their mom if their mom is toxic. I've known too many people that have dealt with toxic parents. I am not a believer in, if your parent is alive, you should absolutely talk to them. Well, I'm going to have to start ordering me some, because I love me some Gambinos. Love that Gambinos king cake. They never fail to have it's just really good king cake. And I want to explore some of their other options. These little worm looking pieces, that's the piece that I've cut out. And excuse the writing on my hand, I had to write some stuff down to deal with insurance today. That's the piece, that's all the holes that I cut out. And because there's glue and everything on it, they start sticking together. And because I also waxed it, the wax makes it stick together too. And they get stuck in here, and then I have to force them out. Lucky for me, these little T-pins that they use for wigs will actually fit down in these holes and pop them out. Usually I can bang them out, but today they're not banging out as easy. Might have used too much glue. And I make sure that I clean these on the regular, because I do use glue for a lot of the projects. And if you leave these in there and they have glue on them, and they will harden, and it will be very hard to get out. Some people refer to this as leather poop, which is such a classy name to call it, but it's okay. I've called it that a few times. And that's why you'll see me brushing things a lot. It's not bugs or bug guts or anything like that. It is leather droppings. They pop out of these little holes. Like if I sit here and I pound on this enough, you can possibly see it in there. Let's see if I can turn that to the camera. You can see the line in there. That's the leather pieces. that are sitting in there. And usually I can get something and knock them out. I'm still trying to figure out a leather craft where I can use all those. Oh, my hammer just came off again. Dadgummit. I've beat on this poor hammer so much it starts to fall apart. I'm going to have to get some JB Weld and put it back together. It still fits snug. Turn it a little bit more. Not straight. I will throw some JB Weld in that baby and use it another few years. I've replaced these on it already. If I put JB Weld on it, all the rest of it will hold together. Yeah, a breast cancer battle would definitely be a good reason to have forgotten to send cake. Making sure that head is in there. I threw it across the room the first time it came off. Blue and black and a little bit of green. I'm using leftover green from another project I worked on. Since it's not going to be seen, it's going to be on the inside edge, on the inside. That's what I did on this. I used a green and then I just backed it with the black. I don't know why I keep looking over at the computer over here and looking at the YouTube when right in front of me I have an extra screen with StreamYard on it and the text is bigger. I guess I'm just so used to looking at the computer. Yeah. When I got dressed to go to the auto shop today, I grabbed my Stave a Gator t-shirt. And that's what I wore down there. I got down there to deliver my vehicle to be repaired, and the lady's like, "We don't have your insurance documents." The insurance company had not done their part. So I had to call them and be a bitch. I had to be firm. And I told him, I said, I'm working on a project. I have a delivery date and today is it. And I'm here. I had to take off work to come here to drop off my car and they won't take it because you didn't send your paperwork. So I was talking to the guy who was supposed to be doing it. He wasn't in the office. So I was talking to his manager. So his manager assured me they would have it done before the end of business today. So the lady said she would take my vehicle in. This pattern's going to start getting thick. I'm reusing the same pattern. I just add more tape to it. That hole is falling out again. And I bang on that just to knock them out. Let's see how many come off of this one piece. Oh, lasagna time. I have not made a good lasagna in a while. I need to. I always make it, and I make so much, and I plan on freezing half of it. But I prefer to make it and let it sit in the fridge overnight before I freeze any of it. And I'll go to get it, and someone has gotten into it and eaten 3 or 4 big, huge pieces. I'd be looking at Topher if he was down here because he loves my lasagna. In California, my stepmom, her mother is from Sicily. She came over when she was a small child. So I learned how to cook spaghetti and stuff like that from an Italian, someone from Sicily, Sicilian. So I guess maybe that's why it tastes so good. I mean, we've gone to Italian restaurants and the kids will get lasagna and they're like, ew, yours is better. They do that with a few things that I make. They just like mine better. So you got paid. That's always a bonus. I'm waiting for my income tax to get deposited. I got notification that it should be this week. And I'm really hoping. Move this off to the side so I can. My work phone just dinged at me. I should see if work texted. If work texted and needs me to do something, I have to go and do it. And that might mean I'd have to pause stream. Nope. Nothing. That's good. That is always good. Score this a little bit so I can make it cut. Yeah, I actually purposefully put in extra money. Because I don't ever want to have to pay them. So I purposefully don't. And, there's other people that are like, yeah, but you're letting them use your money for free. And it's like, yeah, but I consider it like a savings account, from a non-interest bearing savings account. They hold that money for me and I'm guaranteed I'm going to get it. Pretty daggum sure I'm getting it every year. They keep changing the daggum tax laws, though. I don't know. It seems like with all things being equal, I'm getting a smaller percent back every year for the last 3 years. So that means they're taking more. I'm guaranteeing they're not taking more from the people that can afford it. You know, those megabucks people. Take it from the working class to leave us with less to spend. Because I don't know a politician around that actually knows how to keep a daggum budget. They all want to vote to increase their own pay with no regards to any other budgeting and everything, and I hate it. But I'm not going to get too deep into politics because I'm a little bit of opinion. I have a little bit of an opinion on it, and a lot of people don't like my opinions. I will just say presidents are too old. We need younger people in there. Someone with younger ideas. Someone that can better relate to the majority of the population. And the same thing for the House and the Senate. You know, there's a lot of jobs people age out of. They'll say you're too old to have this job. But for some reason, they don't do that with the people that are decision makers in our country. And I think they should. Just my opinion of things. And that's the political talk of the day. The paper from the pattern and the tape leave behind these little pieces, and I don't like them. I have not yet found a clean way to do this where I don't have that little pieces and parts laying around on my project. So I go through some toothbrushes. Not too bad. But I use old toothbrushes. I use toothbrushes for a lot of reasons. These are not old toothbrushes. I said old, but I did not mean old. These are brand new. I just took them out of the package. I use toothbrushes for a lot of things. I use them when I'm doing leather care for cleaning. On projects, I use them. They're great for shoes and boots. Part of the cleaning process. I use them in my crafting. You know, toothbrushes are not just for your teeth anymore. And one of the things, another thing I use for project work is I buy the disposable spatulas they use. Like if you have if you sold makeup, you would use this to scoop into the big jar to give some to each person. And you don't want people's fingers in your jars. And I also, sorry for the bag noise. I use the sponge makeup applicators. I buy those by the bag, disposable ones. I use them for applying glue or painting an edge, which I might as well go ahead and pull a few out because I'll need them. And the other thing I use they're lip liner brushes for applying eyeliner or lip liner. And so I mean, they're cheap, you know, the heads come off of them like that, but they're fine for if I need to just put something, if I needed to put glue in a small spot, they're good for that, or paint. But I buy the disposable ones. That way I don't have to worry about the cleanup of it all. I just moved my light that I use. So yeah. Lighters are a big thing. I use lighters to clean up the edges of my leather. Burn off little pieces and parts. I gotta paint the edges of this. I'm gonna paint the edges black or blue. Wait, this is the blue piece. I think I'll paint these edges blue. Give it that 3D effect. Since this is blue, is the blue layer. This is the inside of it. And what's funny is I just picked up my paints last night and put them all in their box. And I'm gonna need both the blue and the white. So I use the acrylic, the Angelus acrylic leather paints. I do not use standard acrylic paint on leather. I only use the Angelus because it is formulated for leather. And when it dries, it still has some flex to it and is less likely to flake off without having to use another medium for it. I'm not going to use the brush that's on here because it's not as easy to get a good edge. But I will use up this paint that's in the lid. Let's see, I just paint those edges. And I'm not using a very thick coat. And as I rotate around, I'll come back and I'll redo the whole thing again. Yeah, those little disposable pieces that they use when you sell makeup are great for crafting, for small things. You know, it's especially if you're going to be working with something that's really hard for cleanup off of a brush. I mean, for me, I can't take a brush that was used for blue and turn around and use it on white. No matter how many times you clean that brush, it is always going to leave behind a blue hue to it. So I would have to have so many different brushes depending on what color I was using that it's just not, it's more financially feasible to buy and use the disposable ones. Because then, you know, if you don't rinse all the paint out, then your brush becomes stiff and you can't use it. Then you got to throw it away. Then you have to buy another one. I'll just throw them away and buy another one. Just use the disposable and get over it. Works for me. Some people will clean their brushes for hours. They have more patience for that than I do. God, I feel old today. I feel like I could just go lay down and take a nap. Knowing that if I did, my behind would be up at 4 o'clock in the dead blasted morning and not being able to go to sleep. And then about the time it's time for me to start work, then I would want to go to sleep. And that's the nature of the beast. I've gotten older and my sleeping habits are horrible. So quiet in here. And I'll add to those edges later after I sew this together. Do not paint my babe. There's a good place for it. In case I need it again. Clean up the paint off the edges. It will be awesome. And I'll have to clean this up before I start working on my hat again because the hat is white. So I'll cut up this tape and put new tape down before I stream on Thursday. I'll have my ruler in. I will be able to practice with my ruler and run some tests. So Thursday, I'll come in. I might cut it ahead of time, cut all except for one piece. And that way I can show you why I wanted the 1/2-inch ruler and how I'm going to cut this. And then we can line it up, clip it all together, and stitch that in. And see, this will be layered. And these parts will be under here. So when I put this over it and pull it down, that might be too thick. I might not be able to stitch over that. I just realized that I stuck my finger in a blob of paint. It's on this thing. Need to get me some more paper towels down here. I'm down to about a 1/4 of a roll. Staples, and I think in most every craft room. Baby wipes, paper towels, and hand sanitizer. This hand sanitizer helps get stuff off of your hands too. And I worked at an event and they had a lot of hand sanitizer and they hated it. So I took it home with me because I use it all the time. And the grandkids use it when they start acting like a germaphobe. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go ahead and wing it and try it. And what color I use really is not relevant here. I just wished I had some decent scraps, because this will all be hidden. Actually, I'll use this one, because I don't have enough for a whole project. My eyeballs can't see the hole. I guess my eyes are tired today. Taking off tomorrow, because I will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, I think. Today is Tuesday, right? Yeah, today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. If the stitching for this was going to show, I would do it a little bit different than what I'm going to do it. But I'm not going to use 2 needles to stitch it down. There's a bit of a running stitch over here. I need to watch putting that up against me when I know it has paint on it. The straightness of the stitching is less. It doesn't have to be as precise on this piece, because, like I said, no one's going to see it. This is going to be covered up by something else. So the whole point of this piece is just keep it in place. Bill, did you get your friend to the hospital today for their appointment? Ouch. A little piece of that broke off and hit me, and that hurts. Flatten that down a little bit. Oh. Getting that first hole done is getting that first hole lined up is the hardest part sometimes. The rest of it's easy, because the hole spacing is precise. Once you get it going through one hole, it goes through the other without a problem. And I say that, and then it acts up. It doesn't want to go through the hole. See if I can not burn myself this time. Because I'm not using a cotton thread, I'm using one that's polyurethane, but polypropylene based or whatever the heck it is, plasticky, so it melts and helps hold those stitches. Hi, Francis. I took a break from making the hats because I need a very specific ruler, and it'll be here tomorrow. So I'm making the keychains that I will be sending with this project. And I don't know that I cut that the right size. Let me see. Yeah, that's long enough. I'm using up some scrap thread here. Set those aside. Now I'm going to see if I can strong arm this stuff together. I loosely measure the thread, and then I do it 4 times the length because this is thick. And that's how I measure my thread. And I'll need 2 of those because I have 2 sides. Take this one and I'll just set it over here out of the way. Yeah, anytime I make something for somebody, I usually see what kind of scraps I have left over that I can make something. Usually if I make a purse, the person winds up with a keychain that's like one or more butterflies or a dragonfly. If I know they like cats, that it might be a cat face, and stuff like that. And I do that just to kind of show appreciation for them ordering from me. And it gives something that matches, what it is that I made them. You know, how many times do you go to the store to buy a hat and you get a keychain in the exact same material as your hat that matches it? If you buy it from me, that's exactly what happens. The green flat cap I made, not the one for Scott, but the one I made after Scott's. I sent him a keychain and it was simple and he just fell in love with it. As you can see how that blue looks against that black. Gives it a really good look. And then the second one will be blue with the white instead of the black. And again, that's because he wears black and blue and she wears white and blue all the time. If they're playing matchy when they dress up, it's a married couple. And if they play matchy when they dress up, that's the main color theme they use. I've seen them a few times, and they both love the color blue. But she also likes to wear a lot of white because she looks good in it. And he doesn't wear white. He wears black. Otherwise, it's like their signature colors. Kind of like me wearing a lot of purple. It's like if I told someone I made myself a hat and they'll go, I bet it's purple. Most of the time they would be correct. And this is how I normally sew. I use 2 different needles, and it allows for me to make my stitching more straight. And one of the things I do is I make sure when I'm doing it, I do it exactly the same way. So I put it through and I pull this needle down. I pull this needle to the outside of that one and pull this one down to put it back through the hole. And now this is where it's going to start getting more difficult. But I do it the same way every time. The thread that I'm bringing up will always go to the outside of the other one, and that way it makes the stitches just work better. Makes the stitches more even and makes them look consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Now comes the hard side because I'm forcing this down over this layer I have in the middle, which will create it to be a 3D effect on that keychain. Pull it down as I go, snug. Keep the prior stitch snug. First, I didn't think it was going to fit, and it actually is fitting over it. And then when I put the 2 pieces together, it'll really push it to the outside. Give it that more plump effect. This other one I did has a little bit of a 3D effect, but not a lot. You can see how it bows out a little bit up here, but it's not as much as this one will be. It all depends on how thick the leather is that you put in the middle. That pulls that really snug. And everything on the back will be hidden, because when this is done, this will fold over and be stitched together as well. Today, Rosie said this was her ASMR. Because I'm always doing, because it's always with my hands, doing stuff, and it's repetitive stuff. I see the Captain Rosie is back.
What about me? Huh?
I said, well, first of all, I said that you said this is like your ASMR.
Yar.
And then I said that you were back.
Arg.
Look at that.
Is that a bow?
It's actually going to be a keychain. This will stay up, and this will be folded over.
Sure. That's what she said.
And it'll have, yeah. I guess I could
can't.
get a bow tie if I wanted to, but no, that's not what it's for.
Can you imagine if some dude walked in, or female, walked into a place and I was a bow tie? We're like, check it out.
I know a lot of people that would absolutely wear a leather bow tie if I made them one.
I know it. Hello, everybody. Francis, Tammy, Philly. How you doing, Philly? Anybody else that's been in here since me? Britta said hi to Shonda. Yeah, I was about to say Climberly. We'll go with that. Hey, Climberly. I think I'm all caught up.
So one piece down, one to go. Yay.
Yay.
Feel cold air, and I know the air is not on down here.
I'm so sad for you.
So how's Mama?
Fabulous. She's just getting her crochet on, trying to get her blanket done to give to my former brother-in-law and his new wife that is pregnant. They're coming up on their first I think wedding anniversary, some shit like that. I don't know. One of their anniversaries. And they're also having a baby in March. So yeah, she made him a blanket.
They're coming up on something. They're coming up on a baby.
Yeah. Well, I think this is their first. I don't remember. Don't hold me to it. It's their first something. Yeah. But so she's making a blanket similar to what I'm making, except it's not a blanket. She's making kind of an Afghan for the bed, and what I'm going to be making her is what I kind of like to call a Kafkan or a lap can, which is something you just toss over your lap or across the back of the couch. So
which would be perfect when you have the baby doing, and you just need to cover up your legs a little bit.
Right.
So is my child finished being noisy coming down the stairs?
It's your husband's fault. He texted and said food was up. So your eldest grandchild and I are standing there going at the edge of the kitchen where he has a plate with the vegetable in his side, and he's looking for the meat thermometer, and then he sticks it in the meatloaf and goes, "Oh, the
That's
meatloaf is
not
no longer done." Both of us went, "Oh." We're both like, we've never gotten up so fast in our lives. We both, as soon as he said food up, we both jumped up and came running down.
So say hi to my chat now that you've been talking. Hi, Flutter.
Hi. Bye.
Hi,
They can't-
grandkids.
Listen, they can use their
Well,
imagination.
actually, they could see you if you put your face right here.
Oh, do they want to see all that? Hold
Okay, she
on.
put her hand into there instead.
I'm not trying to come around there and stick my head up under the stuff. No, that's fine.
There's
Hi.
knives over here and stuff. Hello, my flutter butt. I need to get shipping done.
Oh, fine.
That's what I could do tomorrow while Rosie is streaming, is I can work on getting packages done.
Playing with your packages? Ah,
I need to get butterflies and some kind of stupid pirate hat stuff out.
God. Must be for some biatch.
Some snooty. Some snooty snoot.
Some snooty snoot. Oh, yoy, yoy.
Snooty
I
Snoot's
know.
name might be Rosie.
Yeah. Snoot,
Maybe.
snoot. Yeah, because I'm a problem causer.
You're a toddler.
Huh?
Did you say you're a toddler?
Oh, yeah, all the time. No. I like to cause problems.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
According to some people's husbands.
Oh, yeah? Who's that? Anyone I know?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She's not on here, though. No,
Well,
no.
people not on here.
Huh?
I said there's a lot of people not on here.
Well, I mean,
Is it
you
someone
know,
that
you're just, maybe coyly not making the connection. What was I blowing up again about last night? Or should I say, who?
I don't understand people.
You didn't read any of the messages I put in Messenger last night?
The novel before Lisa came on?
Novel, sure.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, I read the novel last night.
Apparently the husband's in on it too, and not once not once have I ever heard his voice, period. Meh. I am far too sick and far too away from the caring button to care for.
Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am just making it known that you can keep your bullshit over there. Click next. I got nothing to prove to nobody,
Well, that's kind of the attitude I have. And, it's like, oh, you don't like me? Aw.
Oh, I'm so sad. No, this person is the kind of person that wants people all to themselves. And once they don't get attention for a certain amount of period of time, they freak out.
I raised my child when she was little and needed attention all the time.
Yep.
And I helped raise both of my grandchildren when they were little and needed attention all the time. I'm not doing round 3. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, I can't. Do I talk to some people more than others? Yeah. And who that
Swear
is
to
depends.
God, I thought you were gonna say, "Do I talk to the dead?"
It depends on who I feel needs it more that day.
Right.
Because there's days you don't need me talking to you constantly. But other days you might be having a bad time and I know that you really need someone to hear you.
Exactly.
And so
And
I
it,
will talk to you more.
yeah.
But when we're in chats, especially on other people's channels, and there's good energy going on and
Yeah.
says something that's maybe sad, I will say, sorry, condolences or whatever, and then leave it alone
Yeah.
and not focus on it. I focus more on the positives, and part of that has to do with looking at everybody in the room, not just the one person. If that makes sense. If something's going on and I can talk to you privately. I will
Oh,
give
sure.
anyone, I can give people my email address if they need to talk about sad stuff privately. That's fine. But there's too many there are too many trolls on this thing we call the internet that
Yes.
I'm not going to focus on someone's negative to give someone else something to go after them with.
I mean, there was not an issue with this person, but this person just started to turn out sounding like another 2 people we know, or 3 people rather. And I just did not want to go down that rabbit hole. I was trying to be safer than sorry. And I was getting freaking email after email after email every single day. Not email, but a flurry of messages. And it's like, can I have 5 seconds to read them or listen to them before you start flipping out on me?
Why do I not give my information? I mean, email address, yes, because I'll just ignore your emails. I don't care.
Right.
But my messenger and stuff like that,
Yeah,
you might go unread for days.
exactly. Or I might read it in a quickness and then clear it off my phone and forget to respond.
Yep.
I'll be on my way out and about doing stuff and I might read it because it pops up and I scroll down and I hit the notification and you can see that I've read it, but then I'll just go and keep doing my shit and forget to respond. And I'm sorry.
And
But
I also compartmentalize things,
yes.
and certain things belong in certain places. That's why I have an email address exclusively for my leather work, because I compartmentalize. And then someone sends me an email on my regular email account, or they want to give me specifications in a regular open chat, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's not going to work.
And I mean,
This dish has ADHD.
yeah.
And I not only have an email just for that, but I also have folders in there. So I have potential work folder, I have current work folder, and your hat went into the current work folder, and when I finished it, it went to the completed work folder. Yeah.
Sure.
So that I can keep track of what's where.
And I mean, I don't know about you, but since the beginning of the year, I've had one thing after another happen every single week. So to constantly pay somebody, like at somebody's beck and call 24/7 for their emotional support, I couldn't do it.
I've been trying
And
to catch up on leather work because I'm remaking something. And so I've got to get ahead on these commissions where I got put behind on them.
yeah,
And then the neighbor's car on my Tahoe, you know,
yeah.
that didn't help.
And so, I mean, there was a lot of things being said that I kind of set aside about, well, not a lot of stuff. There was a few things set aside about a couple other people that, you know, were hurtful, but I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. You know, she needed to stretch her sea legs or something and figure out that we weren't a bad group of people. But it just kept going on and on and on. Hot and cold, hot and cold. And between the voice messages and the text online, it was just in the middle of being sick. I'm done. I'm done. And coincidences uh and signs, it just makes too much sense, and I just bled my guts out last night to the people who need it and need to know it, and who suspect it as well, and let them know you are right. And I withheld because I didn't want anybody's feelings, you know.
And see, this is all this stuff on here is no different than my family. I have family members I talk to all the time, and I have family members who I adore
Yeah,
who I don't talk to that often.
yeah.
And I have some that we just know. I don't have to talk to them. I can talk to them once every 6 months and we know what's going on because
Right.
we just kind of know each other that well.
And I mean, this person has been, you know, she's trying to tell people me saying crap about this and acting like this person and that person when she did a reading on my aunt. And by reading, I mean spiritual reading. And she was absolutely wrong about every single thing she said, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt again because I don't want to come right out and say it to her and, you know, hurt her. But, you know, you talk about me behind my back like that, and I'm going to expose you. So,
There's a lot of Me Too people.
yeah.
That's what I call them, which means that you have a headache. Me too.
Yes.
I got sick and had to go to the hospital. Me too. I broke my leg. Me too.
Yeah. Round of
Um,
applause, Tori. Round of a fucking
and
applause.
I have dealt
Pardon
with
my
Me
language
Too
on your
people.
channel. I'm sorry.
I've dealt with Me Too people my entire life.
Uh-huh. And I'm
I
trying to water that down from my life. I'm just trying to get rid of them people.
I do not like Me Too people.
Well,
I am
me
not.
too.
And when I see it,
Yeah.
um, I notice the behavior, and that does not mean that multiple people do not get sick
Right.
or have a headache the same day. It's not a one-time thing. It's a constant.
It's a
If every
how
time,
convenient.
if every time I have something going on, you do too, you have the
Yeah.
exact same thing going on, I'm going to question whether you have anything going on.
Thank you.
And so sometimes when I'm not responding the way people think I should, it has to do with that because
Mhm.
one of the things I do is I watch people. I am a people watcher. I have always been a people
I'm
watcher.
gonna say it, me too, but that's another
And
thing.
you start, yeah, well, a lot of people, Elisa's the same way. She
Yeah.
watches people too.
Yeah.
And you notice, you pick up on behaviors, and more so now than what she did 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
And you start noticing behavior patterns.
Oh
It was
yeah.
like, and I will say this name. It's like the thing we dealt with Harry Dog.
Yep.
Phil fell down and hurt something.
Mm.
Next couple of days, Harry had the exact same thing happen.
I don't even want to talk about that asshole, really.
Francis goes in and says, "Oh, I have to go to my heart doctor. I'm having problems." A week later, Harry has the same thing going on. And I watched that behavior, and I'm like,
Yep.
so when he started talking about having big cats, I'm sitting back here going, he's full of shit.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys were paying attention at the time a couple years ago, but for every ouch I had, Barbara had the same ouch. Blindness, cancer in the eye, this and that, and I'm just like, that fucking bitch. That's when I really started separating from her. So she started acting like him too.
And, is there a possibility that two people could have the same thing going on at the same
Sure.
time? Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Flutter, it was just, a half hour ago. Got chased by the bear. Yeah. Exactly.
Who got chased by a bear?
Flutter had. And that's what Flutter said. And a half hour later, he got chased by a bear.
Oh my God, chased by a bear.
And it is not that things can't happen to two people at the same time, or very close
Absolutely,
together.
Tori.
Absolutely it can. But if every time Flutter has something going on, Rosie has the exact same thing going on. Every time Flutter goes, "I fell in the water fishing," and Rosie comes back 2 days later and go, "We went fishing and I fell in the water." And Flutter goes, "I was walking through the woods looking for rocks and I got chased by a bear." A little bit later, Rosie goes, "We were out taking the kids for a walk out in the woods and I got chased by a bear."
Yeah, right.
You see the repetitive nature of it.
Yeah.
And you realize that there's certain people you can't believe a dag blasted thing they say.
Yep.
Or it's the one up. I broke my finger.
I live with that on the
I broke
outside.
3 fingers. I fell and I broke 1 finger. I broke 3 fingers.
Oh yeah.
I broke my wrist. I broke my wrist and my elbow.
Oh, I hate that.
So those are behaviors I actually watch for. Those are red flags for me.
I'm related to people like that. I freaking hate that.
And
it's one of my no-nos.
These are kind of behaviors that I actually pay attention to.
Yeah.
And I understand having a lot going on. Sure. I fell down a mountain when I was a kid, ripped all the ligaments out of my left knee, had to have found and put back together. They had to go in and grab them and pull them back together. And as a result of that, I stood crooked when I was growing up a lot. And so I have hip problems with my right hip. I have lower back problems. Childbirth thing, which didn't help my hips or my back.
Nope.
I get arthritis in my hands. I have a lot going on. I absolutely understand that. I grew up having seizures. I come from a family with high blood pressure and diabetes.
Well, you didn't have to freaking fly down a fucking mountain. You could have just said you didn't want to go hiking.
Oh no, I was actually having fun on the mountain. And
it's an inside joke for us.
We lived on the mountain, huh? We lived on the mountain.
Well, it's an inside joke for us. You didn't have to go and get hit by a car. You could have just said you didn't want to go for a walk, kind of deal. Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. But and so I understand a single person can have a lot going on.
Sure.
And that's not what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to one person having a slew of medical things. That happens. I know Rosie is different, and Rosie has a lot of things going on.
Oh yes,
Just by birth,
things.
there's a lot of things that go on. So, and we're a lot of us are not spring chickens anymore. Rosie, shut up, because I'm old enough to be your mama. Remember that.
But I was old enough to be your mama when I was born. It's sad because of the shit that I was born with. But I'm one up in you right now. I'm cooler.
Yeah, okay. And so
I'm kidding.
So yeah, there's some people that are like gonna say they're gonna list a list of things when they talk about that it's like this week, oh, I went and got this checked and this is how it is, and the next week it's I got this checked and this is how it is.
Right.
Absolutely, I understand that. And so that's it's not that. It's that copycat behavior, the me too, constant me too.
Yeah. At least I come with my receipts. I mean, I didn't have to show you guys the reports, but I did.
That's because you wanted us to read them for you and tell you what that meant.
Right?
You wanted to know what white mass was.
I did not want it. I mean, I did have no clue what that shit meant. I'm like, what? Somebody explain it to me.
Good, so.
Who's that?
Oh, it's Tori. Hi. Say hi to David.
Hi, David.
Hi.
He walked out again. I'm waiting to go. I'm waiting until he's done so I can get my nice clean sweater and snuggie up with it.
Because he was a good man.
He was a good doobie, yes. Anyhow, so yeah, I sent it because I had no clue what it meant.
I'm always a good boy.
Good boy. Good.
I'm not always a smart boy, but I'm always a good boy.
I would scratch your head, but you have no hair.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, I'll scratch his back goatee, but no. Oh, that's gross. Well, you are looking all cute these days, losing a couple pounds, Looks like...
It's incredible what stress, anxiety, and depression will do to you.
Sure. How much weight have you lost now?
It makes me gain weight.
Yeah, probably like 30 pounds.
Yeah, he's lost like 30 pounds now. He's looking all hot.
Yeah, but see, that stress and anxiety and depression thing makes me gain it.
Oh, yeah. I told him, I said, listen, you can weigh as much as me, honey, but nobody's allowed to look as good as me. As long as he doesn't look better than me, we're good.
Now I just got to get my eating and my exercise back on track, and I'll be good to go.
Well, that's get up from the bed and go to the refrigerator, and then back to bed. Get up from the bed, go.
Don't you live in a place with stairs?
Yeah, that's good
Just
too.
go up and down the stairs for no apparent reason.
Right.
I don't have to for no apparent reason. I always have a reason to go up and down the stairs.
You're giving me a million reasons to shut you up. I love you.
When you go up the stairs, go up 2, step back down 1. Go up 2, step down 1. Go up 2, step down. There you go.
Man. I can
Texas 2-step or something?
Texas 2-step, hold down. That's what he's saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
I can barely get up 1 without needing a hoist, I swear. Heave ho.
One of the ones meeting in April?
Huh? Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
Whenever.
When I had the 3rd knee surgery.
Yeah.
I sat and scooched downstairs, scooched upstairs.
Yeah.
There you go. Here's your sweatshirt.
Oh, thanks. Oh, it's nice and warm and crispy.
It's toasty.
It's nice and toasty, crispy.
It's fresh from the dry.
Fresh from the dry. Ooh. Ooh, baby. So you had to scooch up and down the stairs.
Yeah, I was afraid to walk up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
And even now, if my knee starts acting up, that's what I do. When we went to buy a house, no lie, every house we went to looked at had stairs. Because why
Ridiculous.
not? But I would walk up and down the stairs to determine if it was. There was one house we went to, and I walked up and down the stairs. I'm like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not putting my life on the line walking up and down these stairs.
Yeah, no. When I got my house in 2014, I didn't think that my health was gonna decline in such a fast pace in such a short amount of years. So it had some stairs going down to the basement, going upstairs to the second floor, yada yada. But you know, then Mother Nature said, "Fuck you," and
See,
attacked.
with this house, it's divided by living space. Bedrooms are upstairs.
Yeah,
The main living of the house, so your living room, dining room, kitchen stuff, is on the main floor.
yeah.
And then there's a basement.
Oh, so nice and clean.
You can see how thick it is now. Now I just have to clean up all these edges.
I feel like I'm wearing a hug.
I need my jacket. I need to tell one of the kids to bring me a jacket.
What?
But see, just how much leather you put into it, it can
Yeah.
look so much different in the thickness of it and all.
Just had a. Oh, and speaking of knees, we all have to give Miss Anne from Anne's Arts and Crafts a huge hug because of um her leg, the one that's a prosthetic leg, because she's dealing with a bunch of shit with that right now.
Oh my goodness, Francis.
What happened to Frances?
She had a Charlie horse. When she was trying to get out of the chair, she fell on the floor and the dog's looking at her like she's crazy.
Oh my God, don't you love dogs like that? Some of them jump on you because they think you're god dead, but then some of them look at you like, okay, where's my food?
Please tell me you did not injure your body. Huh,
No, just my no, never mind.
I was talking to Miss Francis.
I know I was trying to figure out a joke, but the joke kind of passed my brain.
I put this orange tape on here to remind me quit pushing this button. That's not the on and off button. That's the take this thing out button. But I mean, that's
the big button. So yeah, like I was saying with Anne, do you guys know what's going on with her?
I don't know her.
All right, so she has a prosthetic leg, and around the time that I had my thing done in January, she fell off her chair and fell straight down. I'm just gonna say it, on the stump, and we call it Stumpzilla.
Uh-huh.
And so it's not a kneecap there; it's just, you know,
Is hers above the knee or below the knee?
above.
Okay.
And
Yep.
just bam. And can you
Ow.
imagine the worst pain of your life in your legs? And so it was unimaginable white hot pain. She passed out, I guess. And so this week, or today or the other day or whatnot, she went and got it looked at, because there was a big old sack of fluid on it, and they aspirated some and got it looked at, and luckily it's not infected, and because the doctor thought it might be infected and thought it might be internal bleeding, it's not. And she had found out a little bit of like a couple weeks ago or something that what she ended up doing was fracturing it, the bone. So she's got to go and get some more shaved off, so to speak.
Yeah, because can't work on a fractured bone like that.
And what's even more unbelievable is my poor computer mother just got a new fucking prosthetic. That's incredibly hard. So
Yeah, I know. I was watching this one lady, and she was saying how infrequent that insurance will pay for a new prosthetic.
exactly. That's what I'm saying too. I have to interrupt you because incredibly hard, but incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, she got a new one, and now she doesn't even know if she'll be able to have one again. So, it's
So
just,
that she might not be able to have one now.
well, it's a sad thing.
Depends how bad she messed it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel so
And that
bad for
sucks.
and I call her my computer mom. So whenever I say, hey, mama, and it's Ann, I usually call her Mama Ann or whatnot. And I love my computer mom. She's great because we get together and get along on a certain level for prosthetic reasons. And that's us, and we talk about those things, and it's good. If I have a problem with something prosthetic wise, or she does, and it's just why we're a little more, our friendship is different.
Yep.
I don't know how to say it.
Well, Frances is back on her own 2 feet now instead of laying in the floor.
Well, that's good, damn it. I didn't know that you
the
were on the
dog.
floor at that point.
Confusing the dog.
Oy vey, Francis.
You know what? It would probably confuse our dogs if I got in the floor.
Oh my God, it did all my dog all the time when I used to get on the floor. Now the only thing that's going to get me on the floor is money.
Yeah, yeah. Hell, I'll even get on my hands and knees. I don't get on my knees because it's excruciating pain.
Exactly, especially on wood floor.
Oh no, any floor. My
Yep.
left knee.
Yeah.
Is it's bone to bone.
Yes, I understand that when I get
and
cortisone
it
shot.
has a lot of swelling in it.
Yep.
So, and anyone wants to doubt my surgeries, I got a 6.5-inch scar on one side and a 3-inch scar on the other. If they really want to see my sexy ass knee that's swollen and got scars on it.
Oh, girl. Well, I have a point where I show my patellas all the time on my show.
Then I have the snake eyes also on there.
Yeah. Oh,
you
do?
Where they went in first, they went in 2 places right under the knee, at the bottom of the kneecap.
Yeah.
To go in and just peek around.
Sure.
Yeah. They've been in there a couple of times.
I'm probably going to have that on my right knee soon. Or my left knee, because my trick knees are being jerks. But then again, yeah, no. I told them I was going to wait a little while for that, because I wanted to see 1 or 2 more rounds of cortisone if that was going to help first. So, and what do you mean by you had snake eyes? Do you really have the tattoos?
No.
Okay.
Where your knee is.
Yeah.
So if this is where your knee is, they went in 2 places. So I have 2.
Oh no! Hold on.
Oh, you can't see. I have 2 scars. I call it my snake eyes.
Yeah.
Because it's like this. I've got 2 scars at my kneecap like this. Where'd you go? Rosie done run off on me. She hit the wrong button and just bounced right out. Oh, look, now she's back.
Lord.
I guess she wants to hang out with us again.
Seriously, I'm on my phone and I got notification pop up on the top, and I'm, trying to be cool and swipe it away so I can watch you doing your snake eye thing example, and of course I had to press on it. Oh.
But yeah, I just have these 2 scars. I call it my snake eyes. Where they went in when I first fell down the mountain because my knee was swollen and I couldn't move it.
Sure.
All the adults all the people in the family thought I was faking it.
Well, you sure might have been.
Yeah,
that was my whole life,
Every teenage girl wants to be stuck on a mountain and not be able to go anywhere because she can't move. We were actually camping on the mountain that weekend. It was before we moved up there.
Yeah.
We were just camping. And that's when I fell and did my knee in. And so we were up there for a few days after I injured it, before I went to the doctor. Because I couldn't, it hurt when I initially fell. But the problem is that I severed all my nerves. So the pain I probably should have been feeling, I was not feeling because the nerves were not communicating with my brain.
Yeah, well,
a little bit of a disconnect there because
how did those nerve pains feel when they started connecting again, firing off?
My nerves are so messed up in my knee.
Yeah.
I can tap it on the outside of obviously on the outside because I don't reach inside my knee, but I'll tap it on on the inside of my knee. So it's actually the right side of my knee. I can tap it on the inside of my knee and it feels like something is inside my knee tapping on the left side trying to get out.
Oh, I know. Ugh.
So it's like it'll itch and I can't tell where it's itching. I just know it itches. And so yeah, it's anyone that's had any nerve damage, like that's got nerve damage, I think that we all go through that same kind of situation.
Do you ever get that numbing feeling on, all right, let's just say you're on the left leg next to the patella on the left side, all the way down halfway down your calf and then back up to your patella. Do you ever get that numbing feeling on your skin where, you can scratch it or you can pinch it and it's numb and you don't feel anything, but you know that something's doing it. You can still feel it.
My whole knee's like that.
Yeah. That's
my skin on the outside of my knee. The whole knee is like that.
Oh yeah, that's my left leg, and I've done some pretty muffed up shit to my left leg, but my doctor still tells me it's got to be because it's a back injury too, because you can feel that the knee pains in your back from your back injuries, I guess, or back pain or some shit. I'm like, okay, buddy, whatever.
Problems because of my knee.
When I got married to David in 2007, a month after we, were married, I was playing, I was bowling and I went straight down on the lane on my knees, and my left knee swelled up like a baseball, and they had to convince me to go to the freaking hospital, but they wrapped it up and told me to go home. And then the next, I went to the orthopedic, and then she's like, I don't know if it's your meniscus or anything else, x-ray, blah, blah, blah. Just wear this and call me another day. But I never went back because I never thought about it. And so who knows what's damaged in there. I'll never know. So I won't know until I start having the doctors go in and start looking. But that's what I get on my left knee. So it sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know.
But I couldn't have let it go.
Yeah.
Because in addition to severing all my nerves, I severed all my ligaments. I had nothing connecting, no connective tissue other than my skin and skin and stuff like that.
Oh.
But the part that makes your leg bend, I didn't have it. It was
Huh?
disconnected.
No, I'm on someone else's live.
Okay.
Is it
I'm
good?
sorry. I don't know. It's already gone.
But yeah, so I had nothing to connect the muscles in my upper and lower leg to make my leg work.
I'm sorry.
So I kind of had to get it fixed. I was a teenager. I thought I was invincible. That proved otherwise. Bless you. Are you sneezing and coughing over there? Quit being sick.
Just coughing.
Get you something to drink.
It's my throat now, and like I told you, my rib pain, like my ab pain, and now all of a sudden my throat is acting up on the right side.
Now I get to do magic.
Oh, it's everybody's happiest day. My throat hurts. So that means less talky.
Blood is running off on us for a minute. That is not what I was looking for. That is not the...
Oh.
Ha, there it is.
Oy, oy, oy. Ah, shit, and I don't even have any frickin'... those would be the bomb right now.
I am going to use this magic paste stuff.
Oh. Mm.
I just realized why my text wasn't working. Oh,
Huh?
I think. Oh, I'm talking to myself.
All right.
Did you do that, Rosie?
All the fucking time.
Filler on the edge.
Oh. I need to go get some tea or
this
something, so
pasty
follow
stuff.
me. Because unfortunately, I don't
Go
have
get yourself something.
I don't get to have any cough drops. What? Oh, David's gonna go get some. But I still want some tea. Some lemon zinger. I love my lemon zinger.
He seems to be good to you.
Way too good.
Makes you be spoiled rotten and stuff.
Uh-huh.
The stuff like a wood filler, except it's for leather. So I can make these edges get smoother. I think my grandchild is bringing me meatloaf.
Oh, meatloaf. Oh, he's so good to you.
My husband cooketh.
Is it the one that cooks, or that's the husband that cooked?
My husband cooked tonight.
Wow.
He cooks. He used to cook all the time, and then he quit cooking all the time because Ollie wanted to start cooking. So yeah, he made meatloaf, cheesy mashed potatoes, and some mixed veggies. So I'm going to actually turn off my camera and socialize for a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's the right thing to do.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, because I want to eat this. It is.
I almost got sad for a second. I thought that I only had the regular rose tea instead of the lemon zinger, but I thank God I have both.
Tea.
Oh, it says that my lemon zinger, the whatever date on it is 2022, but do I care?
It's only 2 years past
No.
due.
Huh?
What month?
Do expiration dates matter on tea?
Bottled tea. Yeah.
I'm not using bottled tea. I'm using tea in
Oh,
those.
tea bags.
Yeah.
It might be weak. Double check it. Make sure there's no bugs on it.
Bugs. No. No bugs. No buggies.
It just may taste weak.
That's all right. If it tastes weak, I'll put another one in there. I love my lemon zinger. It is lemon zinger, celestial seasonings, herbal tea, caffeine free.
And
then,
I drink tea in the evening.
Say what?
I'll drink tea in the evening sometimes.
Yeah. And then my other favorite is the rose red tea. That's my other favorite. I don't like anything sugar or creamer at all in my teas. I just like them the way they are. Just the way you want.
How I fix it depends on what kind of tea it is. Because I have a lot of different teas. I like tea.
And I like the other zinger teas as well. Some of the other fruit ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad. They're not bad. So what you're telling me is when we all hang out, we'll be drinking tea outside, enjoying the stars, while eating supper that Lisa cooked for us. No, the supper that you cooked for us.
Do you eat spicy?
Of course I do. What? What, Taylor? I don't care.
Do you eat crawfish?
I don't know how to eat them, and I have never eaten them. And you've told me how to eat them, but I am only gonna try them because they're gonna be prepared by you if you make them. And I'm not a chump. I'm going to offer, to pay for food as well, and not get all like, I paid for this food. Yeah. I'm the kind of person that's like,
well, you can go down there. You can go down there, and I'll make the etouffee, and then you can tell people how you paid for me to make it. You paid for all the stuff. I mean, that's what everybody else seems to like to think.
Talking about when you go down in April?
No, I'm talking about when I go down.
I'm gonna kick you.
If you can reach it.
I know you ain't giving me a hard time about not being able to get my foot that high.
Anyway.
I'm thinking he said he was going to kick you in the butt or something.
Yeah. He's just jealous because I'm going to be able to eat all of your delicious food.
I'll get over it.
Did you get a cookbook from Robbie?
Nope. I
You'll be
didn't
able to-
even know about it until, you know, I didn't even know about it until.
He still
Huh?
has them. He
Okay.
still has them. They're only $25.
Only. Well, if we had all planned on going over to see him and this year, I'll grab one then.
Yeah, you tell him to hold you one.
Oh, my throat. That's not hot enough. Not nearly as hot enough as I need. Hey, David.
Yes.
I need my tea warmed up.
Flutter, you need to point that out to Robbie that you haven't received it yet. So he can go check his notebook again.
I
Some
need
of them
my
that should
tea
have got
put
sent
in
out.
for like 30 seconds.
Mhm.
You're the best. I love your face.
And he'll blame Scott for it.
On your toes.
Anyhow, what were you saying, Tori?
See, if you get the book, then you can make etouffee yourself.
Make it myself, but what's the good in that when I can have you make it?
I was talking about you making it for your husband.
Yeah.
In
I
lieu of
like
him going to the
spicy food,
laundromat.
but I can't do way too spicy, so unless I'm having one of those days where I'm like on a spice kick.
And that's the thing is you can adjust the spice
Yeah.
in the etouffee.
Well, I'm gonna watch you while you cook it, and I want to help, and you know, so I can see how to cook it, and you know, I
It's not
don't
that
know.
hard. I mean, heck, I put Lisa to work last time I was there.
Well, then, why can't you
It's
put
like
me to work?
chopping this stuff up, you know.
I'm gonna tell my mom.
I'll put you to work. Don't worry about you weren't there.
Oh shit.
I have no problem saying I'm going to start making the roux. This is how I need the onions cut. This is how I need the bell peppers cut. This is how I need the celery cut.
Right.
I'll start on the roux.
Mm.
By the time my roux is ready, you should have these things cut up and I can throw it in.
Well, it depends because, you know, I'm a blind bitch and everything, and I have to cut slow
Don't cut the
and.
fingers off.
Huh?
I'll bring my special cutter for you.
Oh, yeah, I have one of those too.
Where you just cut the onion in half and then you stick it in there and you slam it closed and it cuts the way for you.
Yes, ma'am. Got one of them's too. And then I just received my little pepper thing from Miss Kendra where you shove it down into the bell pepper and it takes out the middle of it with all the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
I am just, you don't even know how stupid happy that thing makes me.
Make a space. Make a space. Oh man, this one didn't come with a stand. I'm gonna be a whiny bitch.
Like me?
Oh, it did. It come with a C-clamp. I'm opening up my package that my head came in.
Thanks.
You want to pass me a thing, please?
You know the kind that I like, right?
What kind?
The
cough drops?
Yeah.
Honey, lemon.
Yeah.
You know what I like?
Doesn't matter the name brand.
No.
Okay.
This looks vulgar.
Oh, that burns my throat. I love it.
So I drove around the old neighborhood for a little bit.
In a little. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Well, it's not that big.
Yeah.
It's a wig cap. I don't need these. Does anyone need a wig cap?
No, I have a couple.
Well, I don't wear wigs. And what it is that the head I got, it's a wig head. That's what it's for. It's for working, for having wigs and stuff. So you got this head for wigs. So they send you the wig caps to go over it.
Oh, sure.
They send you the thread so you can make your own damn.
So you can do a sew on.
And needles.
Oh, look at that.
And the T-pins, the T-shaped, I use those. These kind, I use them all the time. I stick stuff in my wig, in my head.
Sure.
I use them to hold things in place. So I use these pins.
Maybe we should use it and maybe you should bring one and we should use it as what do you call those little dolls?
A voodoo doll?
Yeah. Voodoo.
That would require me to practice voodoo. And
well, you know,
I am not stupid enough to call myself voodoo queen or to practice any kind of voodoo stuff and play around with that.
I know, ma'am. I was just kidding.
I grew up too close to New Orleans. I know who the hell Marie Laveau is.
Well, so do I.
And I know what the hell happens if you step in her territory.
And Madame Lalaurie.
So some of us are smart enough not to play around in that realm.
Yeah.
Some other people think it looks cool to put that as your YouTube name on the internet and shit. And then they can't understand why bad things happen.
I'm sorry if I scratched a nerve.
No, you didn't scratch a nerve. It's just, okay. Okay, it was a lie. You put your YouTube name as Voodoo Queen or something like that. You know,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And you go on and you have it that for a while, and then just the other night goes, oh no, I don't touch that. I don't mess with voodoo. I don't mess with that stuff.
Well, you remember when she was calling me off and calling me saying that I was doing some voodoo shit to her over the internet, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, because she was warning me that you were coming after me too, and I had to protect myself. And I laughed at her and told her there wasn't a damn thing you could do to me.
I didn't realize it was you she was warning against. Oh, warning. Oh, Jesus Christ. If I would have known, I would have been apologizing.
Yeah, warning that you were evil and you would come for me. What, you were coming for me, though?
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Francis, if you ever go to make the etouffee recipe, cut back severely on the Tony Chachere's and the cayenne pepper. You know, maybe don't put any in it at all until you make the sauce and taste it first, and then add it in just a tiny bit at a time, because that stuff has a kick. And if you say you cannot get stuff, I don't want to make anyone sick with it.
I love cayenne, paprika, and chili, and the spices. I love garlic salt and garlic powder. I love onion powder. I love them all.
So see, this head comes with this wonderful piece here.
What in the hell is? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that was something that you would have to sit on, kind of like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Well, yeah, because I was getting shit the other night, but it was in a different way.
I told you it was it looks vulgar.
Yeah, Yeah, yeah.
But I can clamp it on a table
Oh,
because it has a C clamp.
yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly what you do is you take this and you put it in the bottom of the head and push it on there. And it holds the head for me. And if I loosen this up, see if I can't do that with one hand. If I loosen this up,
It also looks like one of those old Atari
joysticks.
joysticks. Yeah. Kind of a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that you can loosen it up and you can rotate it around to put the head in whatever position you need it in to work on your project.
Is it ribbed for her pleasure?
Yeah.
I'm still laughing off of that other thing.
Can you see the shape of it?
It's beautiful. Oh, okay.
Yeah, see? Don't ask me silly questions you don't want answers to.
Right. Oh.
Well, Francis, I grew up in Mississippi, not far from the Louisiana border. So we kind of grew up knowing a lot about that stuff.
Yeah.
And we were taught early on what you mess with and what you don't mess with.
Sure. Sure.
Here by the sewing machine.
Who's that?
So when I go to sew, I'll have this head in my way.
Oh.
And I got this nice reusable bag. I have this thing. I will not throw this away.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly good bag.
Yeah, you should see the inside of my drawers everywhere.
I
Bags
don't want to look in
everywhere.
your drawers.
Hey,
I know what you got in your drawers.
who says I'm wearing any?
But these are perfectly good for sticking rocks in, you know?
Oh yeah, and I save bags everywhere. So you open up something and then bags fall out.
Well, who was it that said they couldn't have spicy? Was it Flutter? Oh, it was Flutter that says I can't eat spicy. So that warning is for Flutter. But yeah, still, my husband takes a medicine that if he eats something that's too spicy,
Yeah.
even though he loves spicy, it makes him violently ill if he eats something too spicy.
Sure.
So based on when he takes, it's an injectable he takes, I think once every other week or once every month or something like that.
Yeah.
If he recently took it, we cut back on the spice of everything.
On the spice alive.
So that we don't make him sick.
Oh.
Or he has to limit
Speaking
how much
of your husband, how do you pronounce his name again?
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah. It's pronounced just like Jeff. Jeff.
Okay. But it's spelled
it's spelled the he says it's the correct way. Jeffrey.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Geoffrey Chaucer and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's German, the German spelling. I think that's the ones that you started it with the G. And so he'll tell people that his name is spelled, it's not spelled with a J, it's spelled the correct way.
Oh no, don't put it over there.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No,
and it's all falling out.
Whose noise are you playing?
Huh?
What was that noise?
That's David. I'm silencing him forever because he hasn't gone to get my stuff yet.
I was also because I was doing something else for her.
Oh, my
But he did laundry. But he did laundry, Rosie.
I know he did. He was doing something else.
But he works and does laundry. He could come hang out with me. He can work and help pay the bills and then do the laundry.
I'll tell you after, okay? He was doing something else.
And then he has no obligations because he's probably young enough to be my child also.
Yeah,
I'm
Well-
42.
he's 42.
Yeah, if I started it before I was 18, I could still be your mama.
Yeah.
If possible, both my sisters were teen mothers.
So was my sister
Yeah.
and me. My daughter was a teen mom, but she did get married first.
I'm going.
Okay.
Stop yelling at me.
Shut up.
It uses me.
Stop.
I'm going.
So what's up, Tori?
My hands hurt.
Oh, my throat hurts.
I need to go to the doctor about my hands.
Yeah,
Because
cool.
both of my thumbs hurt. I went to the doctor before and they gave me this stupid brace that put my hand like in this funky, it
So
hit my
fucking dumb.
wrist and had my hand in this funky position. I couldn't work.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the hell? I can't work with this on.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, I'm sure you could type one-handed. I said, I write code for a living. I need two hands.
They usually make me see my neurologist for my hands, which is stupid. But yeah,
In your hand is in your head.
all of my pain is in my head, don't you know?
Faker.
Speaker, oh my god.
All in your head.
Like when you're born with bone diseases and disorders, it's like nothing's ever
That's
gonna
not real.
hurt. Huh?
That's not real. You're just faking it.
I'm a fakey fakerson. Yeah,
Yes.
look up
Okay.
brachydactyly,
Oh crap!
Noonan
It's 9
syndrome.
o'clock and it's Tuesday.
Noonan syndrome.
I've got to get off of here.
They're
It's
not on until 9:45.
Yeah, but I want people to have a chance to go get a snack.
That's fucking hilarious though, because I was gonna ask you if I could take a leap out so I could have a break in between.
Yeah, I that was my goal. And see, my day was off because I took off to go to the auto shop place. So that meant I didn't get off work when I normally do. So my whole day is screwed up.
Then
So,
you started gluing again, and I'm like,
it's not. It's it's filler.
Stop gluing.
I'm gonna finish up this. I know because that's ASMR for you, and you're just gonna sit there and watch me forever.
Right.
Weirdo.
It's the glue. All right,
So,
girl.
I'm gonna let everybody go. Thank you for hanging out. Push the thumbs up. And I will be back on Thursday, and I should have what I need to start working so I can put in the get the piping started going in.
Yeah, we will catch you then. And I just got a notification that Flutter put up a video, so go check that out too.
So yeah. Oh, post your channel in here if you have it.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And see you at Lily's in just a little while. Over at well, I call her Lily. Over at Two Lees in a Pod, which is Kendra and Lisa Lee.
I know there's one for Rosie. And
What you looking for?
I'm picking up channels.
Oh.
I need to.
Well, thank you.
I need to get
Anybody else here starving besides me?
No, I'm not.
I think I'm getting my appetite back from, having the flu. I mean, I never really lost my appetite, but I did something today that I never do, which was I ate at a normal time today, and now I'm even hungrier. So I'm used to only eating at like 2 o'clock every morning. So this whole trying to wake up early in the morning and then eating healthier shit is
Trying to get on a regular schedule and stuff.
it's so tiring. Times is hard. Oh gosh. So yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Francis, I'm hoping that that's not what happens to me as they start sending me to specialty doctors for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that's not what has to happen. But
Yeah, I see a rheumatologist too but that's for my it's funny. The only reason why I see her is for my fibromyalgia.
and I will have no problem showing my reports when I go to the doctor with everything's wrong with me. I'll just mark out my personal information.
Oh, I mean, because we have to share our lives in every aspect of the way these days, you know.
Yeah.
No, I think the people necessary to know need to know, blah, whatever. Already know.
Yeah.
We know each other.
Yep.
So
So I'm gonna head out of here, go stretch your legs, go pay your water bill, grab you a snack, get you a drink,
yes, Mom.
stretch your bones.
God,
And
you're so
I will see you
demanding.
all over at Two Leaves in a Pod.
Okie dokie.
And I'll be back on Thursday.
Thursday.
Bye for now.
Bye.